here?
Yes.
Yeah, August just has to watch Black Adam real quick, and then we can start.
Yeah,
Hold
exactly.
on.
Yeah, it
Let
only,
me
it only
just-
takes 5 minutes. Hold on, let me hit Wumbo on my time machine.
Just one?
Wumbo.
One, dude?
What?
Just one?
Just one what?
Said, let me hit
Wumbo.
one. Wumbo.
Wumbo.
Oh.
Yeah, like from SpongeBob.
Gang's all here. Here, let me just enhance. Enhance. You know, like they do in the hell's it called? And not NCIS, CSI Miami.
There you go.
You know, that's what hackers do. That's what computer people do. They yell enhance.
I've seen the movie Hackers.
The movie with Keanu Reeves?
Is he in Hackers?
Yeah, him and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, okay.
August, where'd you go, man?
Oh, bye, August.
We're back. Okay. Hey.
There he is, boys and girls.
What are you doing?
Is
What are you fucking doing?
For my first trick,
um
that will reappear.
so
5 minutes fail.
did you see any fights on Black Friday? Did you watch any people? Did anybody scrap?
Nah, but like you know, because you know the shooters are now at Walmart. They come for a new low price. There were cops there when I showed up. They had the cops on deck. They had them at the ready. Because in America, streets ain't safe. Neither are Walmart.
I mean, it was a manager that went rogue, so
yeah,
know.
It be your own people sometimes,
right?
It could be anybody.
They're like, yo, you're pretty cool. Don't come into work tomorrow.
Yeah, fuck.
It's the guy that always gives him a Snickers bar every Friday.
Full size.
Full size, yeah.
Instead, he gave him that
boss, you're the coolest. Full size candy bars.
Yeah. And that one day you tipped him off, he gave you that full clip instead, my boys.
He leaned over and whispered, "Thanks for the candy."
Yeah. Shit. Like, holy shit. So like,
classic.
But like on the real though, what, four mass shootings in 1 week? This week?
We just don't really count anymore. It's
I mean, I don't really keep track anymore, dude. Unfortunately.
Shit, bro. Like legit, I think it was at least 4. Like four like big name news ones at least.
For you,
and like a couple of those had the double digit count too. Shit's crazy.
For you, the day that Bison graced your village was the worst day of your life.
Yeah, but in America it was a Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
No, it didn't have any shootings. Any mass shootings at all. It was Black Adam.
It did. I mean, no, they shot at him, but the bullets just bounce off, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It's not a.
Yep.
It's true. The DC EU power scale,
yes,
is about to be Black Adam'd. I don't know. What the hell did The Rock say? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Does anybody remember?
Yeah, there was the tagline they brought up like when they're advertising the movie, when it's like there's a new force in the DCEU, a new contender for.
Hold on, let me see if I can actually pull the quote. But anyway, August, what do you think happened in Black Adam?
Yeah, so this whole story is
what's up, TV13?
Hilarious because to our audience, I was the one who was like, yeah, let's watch Black Adam this week. And guess who watched Black Adam? Or guess who didn't watch Black Adam this week, but everyone else did.
Oh, you mean last week? Actually,
yeah.
You had 2 weeks to watch
it. It all blends together at this point. But yeah. So I watched almost everything but Black Adam, but I did not watch the Adam Noir. But no, it looked good. I made it. I tried. I tried the Black Friday, or I did 6 Festival Black Friday. This fine day. I traded my Black Adam for Black Friday. And I picked up a cool item.
Is that in Friday After Next, or?
Yeah. I secured the bag, so to speak, but at the same time, I lost the ability to watch Black Adam because there just wasn't enough time. Or that's the excuse.
That's how this story relates to Black Adam review. Oh.
Yeah.
I should have known.
I could have gone with the dog ate my homework, but I neither have a dog nor could he have possibly eaten my.
It would have a real hard time chewing through a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Well, the hierarchy. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. That's what The Rock said.
It looked good. As I said, I watched about half an hour of the movie before I fell asleep.
What do you think?
It was good. It was good. I was a good half hour.
What do you think happened?
Oh no.
Yeah. So this is our new.
What do you think happened in Black Adam?
Punishment game. Our new rule that if you don't watch the movie, we have to keep asking you questions about what you think happened in the movie.
I don't know if it's...
I guess I'm skipping every movie from now on.
Yeah.
Damn. What do you think happened in this movie, August? I'm just curious since you didn't watch it.
I think Black Adam is really just an analogy for the class struggle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Between the haves and the have-nots.
Yep. Actually, you know what? Go on.
Taken from the lens of dialectical materialism.
No.
No. So I fucking I'm so tired. So Black Adam looked cool. I have no idea what happens. I got to the point where The Rock passed out, which is again the opening 20 minutes of the movie. He wakes up and then he's shit talking to kid because the kid's all doing kid shit oh, you a superhero. Oh, yada, 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 yada. Oh, Black Adam, you're so cool. Oh, Black Adam has been 5,000 years. And Black Adam's like, 5,000 years, bro? Why I've been asleep so long? And that's about the time I did. Because I went to sleep.
I need your prediction for what happens at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
What do you think happens at the end?
So, I think the real Black Adam was the friends we made along the way. But also, he makes friends along the way. You know what I mean? He learns that it's not just about him being a hero. It's about him working with a team. Because, originally in the beginning, they set up the Justice Society to take him down. But he realizes that even though he's better than all those guys, it's the friendship that actually makes him a better hero. And that's how Black Adam gets a crew, you know what I mean? And everybody needs a crew. That's the lesson Superman learned in Justice League. He learned he needed a crew. So kind of parallels.
Just like One Piece.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're only as strong as your crew, no matter how strong you are. Have you seen the Great American Classic, Fast and the Furious? It's the same lesson Vin Diesel learns every movie.
I mean,
family.
Yeah, it's about family, right?
But I mean, they became family over the course of several movies. And The Rock was also in that franchise. So again,
but what about the singular Black Adam movie?
Yes. So I'm saying, he gets a crew.
It all goes around, right?
And he wins.
And then he races off into the sunset, right?
Yeah. And they play that really sad song because what's his name died? The guy from Fast and the Furious. That song was a jam. All I gotta say, Charlie Puth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. You know what?
All right,
I'll take it. I like it.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I want to see the superhero movie where there's a superhero that can totally fly, but he loves cars so much. So instead of flying off into the sunset, he just hops in a car and drive away. And like they're like, dude, can't you fly? And he's like, yeah, but this is cooler. And he's not wrong, because who doesn't love just cruising around in a fucking Lambo, right?
Is it like...
I feel like the ability to fly is a little bit cooler than driving a car.
I mean, a lot of people would really like to fly.
Yeah, until they realize how fucking cold it is going like 60 miles per hour at like
Bring
the speed
a jacket,
of fucking sound.
dude.
Jacket's not gonna help you there, man. It's just gonna be suck.
Fine, a windbreaker.
A bomber.
I forgot those 90s windbreakers are like create a magical field that is impervious to all wind. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's the sound they make. They're like swoop, 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 swoop. That's the protection in action. That's how you know it's working.
No, that's the sound of someone's thighs rubbing together.
That's how you know it breaks the wind, though.
That's how you know
it's a real windbreaker.
That's how you know it breaks, because if it breaks,
that's how you know it's a certified true windbreaker status.
If it rubs the thighs, if it makes the noise, then it break the wind. Got you.
They do.
It makes perfect sense. August, I want to tell you, like, I feel like you hit on. I'm gonna be real with you. I think you hit on some stuff that happens, but not really, but kind of.
So give me some hints. Give me some
it was in the same
ballpark
hemisphere.
Yeah.
Like I wish you were a little more specific with your predictions, but
yeah. Well, so like, give me some like leading questions.
Does anyone? Do you think anybody dies in this movie?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, so they could do like a late an 80s, like the bad 80s movie trope where they always kill the black guy, and like I'm gonna be real sad because I'm actually a pretty big Aldous Hodge fan. Like I liked him ever since like the OG days of like Leverage. I don't know if any of y'all watched Leverage, but Leverage was
wasn't that like a TV show?
Yeah,
was on for a while.
Yeah, it was a TV show. It's written by the same dude who like wrote The Librarians. Actually, I think Dean Devlin produced. But like, long story short, it was kind of like a whole like Robin Hood thing. It was like a heist movie every week. Like if you like Ocean's 11, they did that every week. But they like stole from the rich and like helped the poor, and like it was just some chill stuff. But yeah, like Aldous Hodge is the black guy in that. He plays a hacker in that. He's the guy who plays shit, I don't actually know who he plays because I didn't make it far enough in the movie. But he leads the Justice Society in this movie. And I could totally see them killing him off for like, whatever. But I'd be real mad because I'm a big Aldous Hodge fan. Yeah.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Like, in a way, they kill him, but like, He doesn't.
Spoiler review, by the way.
Yeah, this is a spoiler review, by the way, guys. If anybody wants to watch Black Adam, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is spoilers.
Spoilers for me mostly.
It's spoilers for you.
Yeah, but this is your other punishment for not watching it.
So no, okay. They don't. He doesn't die. I'll say that. But they lead you on to believe that he is going to die. And then they give you the old switcheroo.
Ooh, I like the switcheroo.
It's actually, you know what? This movie, I just want to say this, is way more clever than I give it credit for in some ways, but at the same time is also really fucking stupid. And I don't know how to, it's like, it's so stupid, but it's also has moments where it's like, that's actually pretty good. And it's such a weird mixture of like a dumb superhero movie, but like also has like charisma in certain parts where I'm like, all right, I kind of liked that. That was pretty cool. So it's sort of like, it's almost like it's two movies. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels like it's two movies. The first half of it is like something else. It's a whole lot of like just raw action and setup, and then the last half is just straight.
It's so many tropes.
And then the last half is way more serious. It's actually like, it feels, I don't know. what do you think, Quinn? How did you feel about the movie? I gotta really think about that last half here.
So I felt like this movie was written by like a 10-year-old.
And dude, yeah, holy fucking
that kid would be like, how freaking cool would it be if like he shot lightning and like killed a bunch of people.
That scene was sick,
spouting some one-liners.
That was pretty dope.
I mean, he tried to.
Yeah, it definitely like checked all the fucking cliche boxes, but did it in the funnest possible way. Because normally you don't get a hero where their debut is like, well, no, but like normally you don't get a character where their debut is like murdering a bunch of people. Like normally they murk people, but like that first scene where like he just electrocutes that dude down to a fucking skeleton and then just crushes his fucking spine. That was some Mortal Kombat shit. That was so fucking dope. You don't get that a lot.
There is some fatalities. Also, there's like a weird like inconsistency where he shows up with a beard, but then he apparently just blows up and then just wipes his own beard out along with his own cape. I don't know if anybody actually picked up on that, but yeah.
This movie was a bad movie to be in if you were like a nameless extra, because you're just dead. He slaughtered jobbers.
He did.
For days.
He wrecked jobbers.
Yeah.
I appreciate it because I don't think that happens a lot in hero movies. To be honest, they get wrecked, but they don't get like dead wrecked.
This movie was like the opposite of Shazam.
I mean, very literally.
Kind of what they were going for.
The Shaz opposite.
Yeah, because like Shazam was so like lighthearted, and then we have Black Adam, which is just like darkness, death, stoic rock. Like,
Can I say one thing? The one thing I did notice when they're doing the exposition, which again, it was very early on in the movie. Yeah, exactly. Very early on in the movie, because like again, I didn't make it that far. Was that holy shit? Not only do you have a MacGuffin, but you also have an unobtainium in the same fucking movie, and it's like. It's almost as bad as fucking Avatar, where
they combine
it's actually named like Eternium. The unobtainium is named Eternium, and like fucking there's like the crown of
thing though.
The crown of Sabat. Well, no, unobtainium's a real trope. Like they actually call it unobtainium in Avatar, don't they? Like they straight up don't even change that from the script description. But yeah, it's like literally they're
like an actual thing, unobtainium.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like the literary device of having an unobtainium.
I think they were just kind of like relating it to our unobtainium.
Thank you for the likes, guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean it's like every single plot trope to like MacGuffin the plot along was written into this, but I still enjoyed it. So whatever.
This was written by a child.
You enjoyed that 10 minutes, man. I'm glad. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, it was really you blasted through.
I made it at least like half an hour into this movie. At least it felt like half an hour.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like falling asleep in the beginning of this movie. I was so bored. It's like all this action is happening, but there's no reason for this action. Like there's no
stakes.
You don't really know what's going on. Right? It's just people are dying left and right, and then you get like your random betrayal and betrayal, the whole didn't see that one coming.
Didn't see the bad guy coming.
Evil. Oh man.
Oh, yeah. You mean the what there's one untrustworthy guy on the crew that you go to do the mission with that ends up working for the other organization? Yeah, that's a trope since Dawn Immemorial.
Yeah.
It has It definitely has a lot of cliches in it, but I think
so many.
The first half is literally just pure action.
It's action and setup. It's action and setup.
I wouldn't even say it's like setup.
There's not really setup. They get rid of a bunch of shit. Like the only thing they actually set up is the crown's a thing.
Yeah, the crown's a thing is literally it, and then it's just kind of like chasing the crown for a while, and like the politics of the the people being oppressed, and like how the Justice Nation, whatever, the Justice people, what are they?
Society.
That's it. They don't really care about the people of
JV Justice League, literally.
They're like they're supposed to be the proto Justice League, I think.
No, so in the comics, I think didn't they come before the Justice League?
Yeah,
like, certainly chronologically.
It's like what Wildcat came from, right? He was like part of the.
Yeah, but we have, so the Justice Society is in this movie after the Justice League.
Exactly, and they're more like a JV government sanctioned team, so it's definitely a different feel.
So okay, so then that tracks with them working for Amanda Wallace.
Yep.
Waller.
Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
The Wall.
Yeah, so I mean, literally, it's just like a whole lot of action, a whole lot of setup, and then it's not until I want to say like Black Adam gives up his powers, was it, that they sort of actually decide to
like the third act?
Yeah, it's like they decide to actually give you a story of what's going on, and but a lot of the beginning is just kind of a lot of, I don't want to say it's just kind of nonsense, and just like very little setup that I feel like could have been rolled into the first act, and then they could have just had, it could have been a lot shorter. The action was it was decent. What's up, Synthwave? How you doing, man? It was cool. It was a whole lot of like, oh, what if, a Superman, killed a bunch of people? Everybody loves the cliche of evil Superman. Can't get enough of it. I'm sick and tired of fucking seeing.
Justice.
Bro, hence Injustice, hence like, was it like Deep Burn or Dark Burn, whatever that movie was? The movie,
even Invincible, technically.
Oh,
although
Brightburn.
Invincible is immaculately well written, so you don't even care.
Ironically sold as a horror movie, but it's really just Yeah, it's a weird movie because it's a superhero movie, but it's a movie about like, what if Superman came to Earth but he was evil? What if Goku didn't bump his head?
Anybody still there?
Your mic just went out.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Stop
I'm
talking.
back.
Your mic just went out.
We believe in you, Matt.
All right, so I mean, I guess I'll just hop in here. Still not working, Matt.
Use smoke signals.
I see your mouth moving, dude.
Practicing his ventriloquist act. But yeah, like
Black Adam as a movie is all over the place.
It seemed all over the place. It did really seem all over the place. It seemed like there was like a lot of it was like just, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the early plot was just like set up to have this cool action scene. Like, it felt like they were writing for the sake of having cool action scenes rather than like just being a part of the movie.
There wasn't really a plot though. Yeah. In what you watched, August, there wasn't really a
There wasn't a plot yet.
It wasn't. It was just like cool action scene. There's this crown. This crown might do something, might not do something. Trail, and then
you don't even find again.
We just followed the goddamn child for so long,
bro. The kid in this movie is the worst part of the entire movie. He's such a bad actor, and I don't know. It just, he just like shows up, tries to be like the kid from actual Shazam, and
Billy
Batson's friend. The one in the Shazam movie. He's like telling about using the catchphrase and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it wasn't until the third act that I actually started to enjoy the movie. But yeah, it was a whole lot of like kind of just action and stuff, and I think it's that. You don't even find out what the crown does till the third act. You don't even find out who Black Adam is until the third act. You don't even figure out like
To
Um,
explain how I thought they explained who he is in the first act. He's
they
like the
they
slave
Sort
that
of.
like
got powers.
they give you
It
a vague
Got swagged out.
they give you the vague
The wizard.
like backstory, and then they give you the reveal and the rest of the backstory later on.
Yeah.
Which is
Nice.
I found to be a good twist. I don't know.
Okay. Well, for me, it wasn't a twist because I've read like the Black Adam origin comic,
Hmm. Oh, so you knew
and
what happened?
they changed quite a bit, but they left some like core things in there. Like he was a slave. However, he killed his nephew to gain the powers of Black Adam.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what I don't understand is, since his son in the movie gave him the powers of Black Adam, and he at one point relinquishes his power, how is he still have how does he have the ability to call it back?
I
Uh,
didn't you don't really relinquish it, right? It's just a transformation. Like Shazam can say Shazam to turn into Shazam,
right,
or then say
but
Shazam
he was
again to turn
chosen.
back to just normal ass Billy Batson. Yes, but the mantle was passed on from his son to him. They literally like made like a contract there
Hmm.
in the before times, you know.
So they made
And
a
then the
con.
Council of Wizards locked him away because they're like, "Hey, you're not actually like the chosen champion. You may have the powers, but you don't have like the moral compass or whatever, you
Right,
know?"
like he's not supposed to be killing people, and
I mean, isn't that
Yeah,
what they say
exactly.
isn't that what they say kind of in the opening credits? Is that like essentially some quote about like humans were given magic, but they always go too far, so we had to take it away. Or they're easily
I don't
corrupted.
remember that.
Well, I think it didn't say that exactly. It more have said that like humans were given magic, but they're too easily corrupted, and then it just kind of leaves it open ended. But like you
Yeah.
can kind of infer by the fact that they had to seal dude away that the wizards the wizards were kind of like dudes doing too much. We got to shut it all down. But then again, I haven't watched more than 30 minutes of the movie, so I don't know.
yeah.
Fair?
But yeah, like I didn't actually really start enjoying the movie until the third act, which is, I feel like for a lot of people that's sort of a tall ask. And so I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like this movie. But I can also see why people would, because it's fun. It's a good time. You turn your mind off, just kind of like enjoy it. A lot of cool stuff happens. Some of the side characters are kind of neat, but they don't really do a whole lot. I mean, they do some stuff, but I wouldn't say like teamwork is like a moral, like a thing that Black Adam really learns, because he ultimately doesn't really give a fuck about anybody in the Justice Society. Um,
Yeah.
he only just kind of happens to help them through, whatever. It's actually more or less Hawkman that kind of has more like,
Oh, we didn't really explain the Justice
oh,
Society, did we?
yeah. So do you want to explain the Justice Society, I guess?
Sure, why not? So basically, in this movie, the Justice Society is a group of like hand-picked heroes that Amanda Waller is basically commissioning to deal with this Black Adam, Teth Adam incident.
Hmm.
And it consists of Hawkman, Atom Smasher, Atom Smasher's grandson, I think it is, and Cyclone, and Dr. Fate.
Yeah, who is a lot weaker than I expected, by the way.
I mean, yeah,
I feel like
they
he powered
definitely
him
nerfed
down.
him.
Yeah.
They nerfed him for this, but there's also like I don't know, because technically Dr. Fate can just like scale practically infinitely with magic, right? He can literally like absorb other people's magic and use it as his own. So Black Adam would have just acted like a freaking battery for him.
Conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. The the Justice Society are just glorified side characters in this.
They're
They
actually
have
like,
like
yeah.
they have like little character interactions are like, oh, Atom Smasher is kind of like, flirting with Cyclone. Oh, isn't that cute? Kind of stuff, And it's all kind of pointless.
They're, well,
Instead of developing the characters or like giving us like who these characters really are, we just kind of get these like little snippets of like character interactions. The only character that gets like more development, I guess, would be Hawkman, who kind of like sees the error of his initial thinking of no, we just have to like eliminate every threat. Whereas Dr. Fate's like, no, 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 no. Like you gotta explore from like multiple angles, right? Like maybe he could be like on our side.
well, I mean, I think a big part of Dr. Fate's character as well, and the reason why I think he is that way is because
Yeah.
he sees the infinite possibilities of
Yeah.
he literally is Doctor Strange in this movie, where he can literally he looks through all of the different possibilities of time and like dimensions and stuff, and
Yeah.
so he can see like people's fates, of course, and so that's why he's sort of a little more understanding and lenient towards Black Adam than the rest of the crew. Hawkman, on the other hand, is like ridiculously stupid for like a good portion of the movie. Where he's just sort of like clearly outmatched by Black Adam, but still has a ginormous ego and has to just prove himself throughout the entire thing, even though he clearly can't beat him. Like, gets his ass handed to him like 3 times before I want to say 3 or 4 times before he's just like, you know, I'm gonna use my intelligence now and not try to compete against Black Adam. And it's just sort of, it's weird. But he has his I think it's sort of one of those things where he sort of gets his ass handed to him, to where in the climax, when he sort of is able to flip the tables on somebody, you're like, oh, he's a competent person, I don't know. I feel like that's what they were kind of going for. But he does have his moment to shine, but most of the time he's just used as like, I'm the leader of even though realistically, let's face it, Dr. Fate is the leader of the
His moment to shine actually made no sense in like the continuity of Dr. Fate's powers either.
Oh, you'd be saying like the helmet doesn't necessarily,
Yeah.
because the helmet only gives you premonitions, right? It doesn't.
No. So the helmet houses the Lord of Order, Naboo. And whoever dons the helmet becomes Naboo's vessel. Naboo's vessel. So
it's like
traditionally you can't even take the helmet off unless he lets you.
Right.
You are just Dr. Fate once you put the helmet on. You can like make deals with him.
Yes.
Like in one thing, Zatanna's father,
so it's like Moon Knight
ends up becoming Dr. Fate
in a way.
But Zatanna makes a deal with Naboo for like 1 hour every year. I get to see my dad, and you get this, right? But in this movie, you can just freely take the helmet off, put it on, use its powers. You can do whatever he wants. Even Hawkman can use the helmet's powers without wearing it.
That's weird.
It's super weird. And the helmet redesign was weird too. I don't know. It was like
Also, isn't like Hawkman supposed to be from a hawk people that like?
Yes, correct. He's
like, but in this, he's actually just a regular human dude who just has like, like robot wings.
He's just a dude. Yeah.
I don't know what they were going for with that. It was kind of strange.
They're just fucking with a bunch of shit. I don't know.
Yo, Au-gast.
They just kind of threw a bunch of shit out. Saw what stuck.
How you holding up over there, buddy?
Oh man, it's rough. This is gonna be another of those podcasts where I need to like crack a monster, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, do what you got to do. We're in this. But yeah, no.
Moving.
So obviously they have so one thing that they do in the story is, of course, you know, you have they have a couple of reveals, right? Kind of working towards the end. One of the reveals is that they think Black Adam is supposed to be the savior when it's not. It was originally his son, and the power was passed to Black Adam, which is why Black Adam is not this person that everyone perceives him to be, and that the story that everyone thinks that they know is incorrect, like historically.
Yeah.
The other reveal is that throughout the story they build up this point where Dr. Fate sees the premonition of Hawkman dying, possibly, like August's prediction. Where in the story, near the end, Dr. Fate sees like a separate, you know, he gives him the Tony Stark one finger thing, where essentially he's like, yo, in this one timeline, this is how you survive. And that's by him instead of him sacrificing himself to the bad guy, who gains basically the power of hell from this crown that kind
makes pacts with like, okay, so like Shazam, right?
Yes.
And Black Adam
is like the inverse,
powered by like different gods,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, the crown wielder is empowered by demons.
Yes.
So like he makes like a pact with like greater demons in hell to gain their power. It's dumb.
Yeah.
And the CGI is questionable.
Yes. And so basically through that, you know, the guy who was you know, everybody predicted was the bad guy from the beginning, you know, is a part of this long lineage of people who had this same pact with, you know, these gods, these demons.
Yeah.
And, you know, gains this power to, I don't know, destroy the world, brings an army of hell.
But really it's just a minor inconvenience to Black Adam, who slaughters him.
And
like...
even with that, even like taking Black Adam out of the scenario, just regular everyday people can beat these demons' asses. Like some housewife with like a chair, you know, could just, you know, they were just wrecking the demons. So
a child unites like all of the people somehow.
Yeah, by doing
from
this.
the mouths of babes, right? Like you know, he throws up the
diamond cutter,
the dynasty sign.
He
throws up the rock.
Throws up the Illuminati.
I actually hated that part of the movie. He just like runs into a market.
That was so stupid. That was so stupid. Like the kid, like, okay, fine, we get it. You wanted a kid to start the revolution, but that was the dumbest thing. Like it was.
No, it happens twice. It happens twice, sir. You saw it in the beginning. It happens at the end also.
Oh no. Yeah, that was a cringe ass scene. As much as I get what they were going for, I think that was so cringe.
Not only that, but people.
Dad was like, "Try not to die," and the kid was like, "No thanks. I'm gonna risk it all just to look cool."
Not to mention, like, the kid runs up and does the woo bird, right? And so when he does the woo bird, everybody just like automatically knows what he's trying to do without him kind of saying anything, and then he just like unites these group of people. And so they just, you know, and then they have like a melee against these people that they were already fighting anyway, but now they're fighting in unison because they have a hand symbol that brought them together. And so so anyway, so here's the climax. These you know, these regular people are fighting these demons from hell. Dr. Fate is fighting the demon. The demon kills Dr. Fate. It basically, in this premonition, Dr. Fate seals off the entrance to you know, stop Dr. Fate from, you know, committing ritual Sudoku. So they all run in to, you know, help him, but he's already dead. So that's when everybody begins the battle. Black Adam has been sealed away by Amanda Waller deep underneath the water. So deep, like, hundreds of feet below the sea, that no man could ever survive, possibly. And yet, Dr. Fate is using this projection of himself to sort of wake Black Adam up. He does, then he fights a bunch of guards as just a normal man. None of them have guns for some reason. And then Black Adam, swims.
We can just run through them like, a hot knife through butter, dude.
Yes. And Black Adam literally, he doesn't even swim. He just floats to the surface.
Sorta?
Well, he kind of does swim for a little while, but he basically drowns.
There was like, he like tries to swim,
mm-hmm.
and then he like comes back and he has like renewed vigor and he like rips the thing out of his mouth and he's like, "Oh, Shazam!" and
yeah.
And then he just flies out, right? So the Dr. Fate stuff was fine, but he was really multitasking on that fight. Like, he's fighting this demon, he's talking to Black Adam, he's like, "Yo, dude, you gotta, like, only you can stop this guy. I'm gonna die here,
Nobody else.
Things are going to shit. The world's gonna end unless you save everyone." And it's, instead of ending on like a bang, it kind of ends on a whimper.
Well,
because Black Adam just flies back in, beats the shit out of
Demon Man,
Mr. Crown, and that's like it. That's it. And they never even call him Black Adam.
They do, and they do.
Adam the entire thing.
They do, though.
And then, what do you mean?
Because you missed it.
It cuts to.
They say, "What do you want to be called?" And it's like, boom, Black Adam.
Yeah, exactly. They never say it.
Right. That's the point. You've never seen another cheese ass movie do that?
I have. I just hate it. That's why I'm calling it out right here.
Yeah, that's fair, man.
I'm calling it out right now.
That is the most early.
It's the lazy fucking 2000 superhero writing.
Yes.
That makes me want to just punch a wall.
Shockingly, this was written in the 2000s.
And this movie has like, right, by a 10-year-old. But like, I don't know. This movie has like death fake outs, like a character that I feel you could have killed off and nothing would have.
The uncle? Was it the uncle?
Yeah, it was the uncle.
Oh,
death fake out for the uncle.
Were they that whole scene was pointless with him and Dr. Fate, where he's like, "Yo, correct. I'm in pain. When's it you don't die here."
Yeah, that was just filler.
Was the point to show that Dr. Fate can see the future? Is that the point? I'm assuming that's the point of the scene, because he just
But we had a scene earlier when they were on the jet and he was just like holding the helmet and you can see like all these things flashing by and I'm like, oh, that's like events.
Yeah, and then so he gets shot.
If you're using, your context clues in your brain a little bit, you can already discern, oh, he can see things,
Yeah. And then he just puts the uncle to sleep. Which is just
not in a fun way though. Just because the fun way would have been actually to kill the character, which would have gave more like motivation to the kid and more motivation to the mom. And it would have made the main villain more like intimidating for sure. Instead, we have just like this fake, "Oh no, it's fine, I'm fine," and then he like goes off to fight the demons. "No, it's fine, I can fight these demons.
I'm an
Dr. Fate
electrician.
says I don't die here. There's no electricity."
Not to make a parallel point, but like the movie review we didn't do, because me and Matt had been trying to review Black Panther. I feel like some movies, like, they have a good idea and they just don't know how to articulate it over the course of the movie. Like like you can see what the idea seed was. You can see that it could have had something to say, but they don't actually like explain it in a good enough way for the audience to be like, oh, that's what they meant. You know what I mean? And yeah, that was kind of the vibe I was getting.
Yeah, but
did you see seeds of like a good idea in there that it just didn't it didn't like explain
No,
well. You know what I
no,
mean?
it just didn't. It just didn't matter. It could have been. It could have honestly been part of the deleted scenes, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of pointless scenes. This movie could have been substantially cut down, probably to like an hour and 30 minutes, if I'm being brutally honest.
It's just. It's like.
It has so many plot holes.
It has so many. It
so
has
much nonsensical shit. Like,
if it just cut down on some of the action. It was obsessed with giving you the your 14-year-olds a hard on in terms of an action scene.
We didn't
Obsessed.
need 25 minutes.
It was a lot.
Black Adam flying after these like bikes and like individually ripping off like these shells to try to find the child. we didn't need like 25 minutes of that. It just
yeah,
it wasn't. It was unnecessary.
It was a lot. I don't really know. Like, I get he was trying to save the child, but I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
Like,
make it faster.
Like they were obsessed with this movie with proving how strong Black Adam is, and
how smart the child is, since he outsmarted the entire enemy organization.
Which is twice. Weird because that child is fucking stupid. Anytime he talked, he was a dummy. Or he seemed like he was stupid. I don't know.
The thing is it all could have like ended like instantly, right? Because so the villain like chases the child to his room, and the child uses like his secret like little escape hatch. Why didn't he just like throw a grenade down there? Boom! End of the movie right there, baby.
Because
got the crown.
Well, I guess the unobtainium might have survived it, but.
That thing that survived explosions, it's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. But anyway, so Black Adam basically, Black Adam basically
more
just
like Bland Adam
shows up at the end, does a fatality towards the demon. The day is saved. Amanda Waller.
I forgot he struggles for like 30 seconds.
Struggles for an entire
really,
30
like,
seconds.
Give the impact of the battle. It's a legendary fight.
Basically, Hawkman does the multiplication from Dragon Ball Z. They tackle the dude.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Yeah, they shadow clone jutsu. Black Adam literally grabs the dude's horns, tears him in half. It's actually kind of cool. I kind of thought it looked cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks great. It looks like it could easily be part of a Mortal Kombat. So then, Amanda Waller's talking to him. It's like, hey, Black Adam, blah, 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 whatever. And then, they're trying to make a deal because they don't want Black Adam to leave. His home, I don't remember the name of it, but,
Kahndaq? The name of the nation?
Yeah, the name of the nation.
Kahndaq, yeah.
Kahndaq, yeah.
Kahndaq, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, she's like, if you leave, we'll sick some strong people after you. And then, he's like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm not a slave. And then, he ends the phone call with her, and then Superman shows up, and it's Henry Cavill.
And it's Superman. It's Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill returning as Superman.
The Superman.
Which, I'm happy with. I think I know a lot of people don't like. I just like Henry Cavill. I think he's a great actor.
I like Henry Cavill. I loved him in Witcher. I feel like he was wasted in Man of Steel. I
kind of blame. I don't blame him as Superman. The problem.
I don't blame him.
I think the movie has some problems, but I don't think Man of Steel is a terrible movie. I really don't.
I think with like every Superman outing we've had recently, that it basically just falls on the writers. Like Henry Cavill's doing his best. He's trying to work with what he has, and sometimes that's just not enough.
I mean, I feel like he deserved a better run as Superman. I don't.
Well, he's getting a second run. So.
Yeah, he's getting a second run. I think he's gonna, hopefully they can fully use him as like being a little bit more emotional. I don't know how else to explain it. Like he seemed like he was very one note in Superman, like very depressed, very just, like, I'm depressed, I'm Superman. Oh, this burden. That was literally Man of Steel.
Oh,
Uh
no, don't save me.
don't
The
say
people can't know.
let me get hit by this hurricane.
I could just like run away from this hurricane, but I'm gonna stand here.
Bro,
I have to die so you learn a lesson.
that's so ridiculous that he just lets a hurricane, like, well, I gotta listen to my dad. He's my dad. Might as well just, die by this hurricane. But anyway,
Dude, Man of Steel
Only
is
for
such
him
a,
to show everyone who he is anyway.
yeah, no,
As
Man of
Superman.
Steel is such a dumbly written movie
Stupid.
because like literally Clark's parent, like, what is the dad trying to teach him there? He's just like, no, it's not worth putting your life on the
To
line.
hide who you really are,
yeah.
people won't accept you.
No, but like
you're literally indestructible.
He even implies earlier that it was like, yeah, you didn't really need to save those kids on the school bus. I mean, identity is more important, I guess. It was so stupid. I mean, it still makes no sense.
Man of Steel. Okay, so like there's like two standout stupid scenes for me, right? There's the hurricane.
Yes.
And then there's the like museum where like the tourists or whatever are like, oh no, and like the laser eyes are like slowly.
Near the end.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh no!
The family. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in danger.
Oh god! Oh no! Oh man! Oh god!
You could just move. He's really taking his time.
I mean, I don't know if that. I mean, look, I don't know if you've ever been lasered before, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty terrifying. I mean,
it was so slow. It was like, okay, I equate it to like, like the James Bond shit that people always make fun of, where like there's like a laser coming up slowly to like cut him in half, right? It was like that speed, maybe slower. They could have just walked at a brisk pace. They could have just walked away. Superman would have saved them anyway.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot Superman could have just done to not have to snap that dude's neck too. Like, he could have pushed him out of the way. He could have, he could have done a lot of stuff. Instead, he decided to morally compromise himself by killing him. Which I think, was the point of Khan, right? Or near before
Zod.
Zod, yeah. I'm mixing Star Trek up.
I thought that would be an excellent chance to introduce like the Phantom Zone. He could have just locked Zod in the Phantom Zone like he does in the comics, like he did in the old movies. Like all of this shit happens. Like why wouldn't you just use the Phantom Zone? Why would you like compromise Superman's,
I don't know,
Boy Scoutism?
In the movie, kind of camp. So in the original movie, the Phantom Zone's camp. Anyway,
Black Adam.
Black Adam. So I don't know, man. What did you think of this movie, dude? What are you gonna give it? Yeah.
Okay, so this movie is essentially two movies.
Yes.
And I didn't like either movie. I think as a whole, they really clash tonally with each other. Like, there's just like rampant murder, and then they're cracking jokes, and then they're cracking jokes, and then there's no more murder, and then it gets serious again, and then it gets funny again. I don't know. The movie was all over the place. It gave me like whiplash. I was like, wow, what's going on? What kind of movie is this? I don't understand.
Yes.
So I am going to give it like a 5 out of 10.
Oof.
I think it is barely an average movie. I don't think it really had any redeeming qualities. I still enjoyed The Rock. People said his performance was shit. Meanwhile, I was like, I mean, I feel like a person that was, kind of like socially inept / like a slave or whatever would have kind of like this
social
tough,
ineptitude.
like, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was actually conveyed, maybe unintentionally, maybe that was bad acting, but it actually worked for the
Au-gast.
character. The child was horrendous.
Yes.
The mother was hot but annoying.
Hot but annoying.
Word.
Definitely.
Yes,
Yes.
she made
Yes.
so many horrible choices.
She's kind of a bitch.
So many
yeah.
horrible choices. The uncle was insufferable. He was like the target comic relief, and he just didn't really work.
He wasn't funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Chris Pratt of the movie, but worse.
Yeah, the villain was never actually a huge threat. To call him a villain is, I don't know, kind of like an embellishment. he didn't do a whole lot for most of the movie other than die and come back.
Oh, did you see the? Oh, speaking of which, did you see the cameo? Remember the cameo?
The post-credit scene?
No. There's another cameo that you probably missed if you didn't. Do you remember Peacemaker?
Yeah. What about it?
There's a cameo from a Peacemaker character.
There was?
Yep.
Oh.
Do you remember the?
Besides Amanda Waller?
Yes. Do you remember when they're dropping Black Adam off and there's this blonde woman that like meets like either Atom Smasher
okay,
or
yeah, okay.
That's the girl. She's from Peacemaker. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's Peacemaker's love interest. I mean, look, hey, you know,
fair enough.
We all need our
That's how we know it's all connected.
That's how we know it's all connected, man.
The truth is out there.
But yeah, no, I'm at like a 5 out of 10.
August, what do you think of this movie, man? Sorry.
It was average.
Sorry.
Yeah, so what did I think of this?
Just barely average.
I watched, dude. I ended
what you think of 30
on.
minutes?
Yeah, like, bro, The Rock murdered like 100 people. 10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of 10. Highest, best movie of the game of the year. No, it was I enjoyed what I watched. As I said, I didn't watch enough for the movie to start getting stupid and weighed down by dumb plot issues. I was still riding the high of it all being fun exposition. So yeah, no, I would have given this movie like a 7 to start. And then the subtractions start coming. Yeah, I mean I didn't get to the subtraction step. Like
August,
people
you don't have to answer this seriously.
Yeah.
You're like giving it your best. I appreciate you giving it your all. Just give it like 1,000.5 and I'll be like, all right, I appreciate you, August. Thank you.
Yeah, like one American screaming eagle out of 10. It was, dude, as I said, I like to start. I enjoyed what was happening. So I'm still gonna give this like a 7. And then like
all right, a 7.
Okay,
Backlog,
I'll take it.
What do you think about the movie,
bro? I think it was, believe it or not, I had fun with the movie. I had a good time. I think it's a stupid ass movie. I think it's really dumb. I think I enjoyed some of the reveals though. I got into it a little bit like near the end there, but I was waiting for shit to happen. Oh no, if you're not paying attention, if you're ADD brained, it's gonna be hard to keep your mind on what is happening for the first part of the movie. I think the movie, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's such a DC movie in that regard, where all the DC movies are like, they're not bad. They're not really that bad. Like, if you watch them, I've seen bad movies. Those aren't bad movies.
No, they're just have big issues.
They're just not great. They're just not. They're just not great movies. They're not bad movies. They're not great movies.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people that like,
some could be considered bad.
I think
Marvel has perfected the enjoyability formula. DC is not.
I think the Marvel used to. I think they definitely did in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the movies are still more fun, but I don't know if like fun is the be all end all.
I'd
say Wonder Woman 1984 is objectively a bad movie.
I would 100% agree with. I would say
Actually,
that is the
that's
I
weird.
would
worst.
give that movie like a 3 out of 10.
That's
That
weird
movie
because I
was
want to like the plot, but
heinous.
that movie puts me to sleep.
Bro, that
Like,
movie.
I want to like the plot of that movie, but it's so fucking slow.
That movie is so incredibly stupid that yes, I cannot give it any credit. But yeah, bro, I hate giving movies this. I hate giving.
here
You know
it
what? I'm
comes.
gonna give it a 6.
Aw.
I want to give it a 7 because I give I give everything a 7.
Patented 7, dude.
I give everything a 7, man. I feel like it's not bad. It's middle of the road. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it my patented 7.
Oh wow, there he is.
It's you can take my criticism seriously, and just know that I'm gonna give it a 7. And it's funny because, it's not bad. It's not great. It's just okay. It's fine. Some people,
for me, right?
Some people love it.
5. I gave She-Hulk a 7.
Yeah.
I gave this movie a 5.
Yeah, that movie's fun though.
That puts things into perspective.
Does it?
Yeah.
In what regard?
Not great.
Oh, in Black Adam being
Yeah.
poor. Yeah, I would just just turn your fucking mind off.
She-Hulk.
Go get drunk. Turn your mind off.
She-Hulk was great. What are you talking about?
Go watch Black Adam.
So drink before watching this movie.
Or just go watch Shazam. Shazam's just a much better movie.
Shazam is fun.
With a consistent tone.
Shazam's fun. I don't. Also, can we just talk about the elephant in the room? Like, Black Adam is gonna get wrecked by Superman. He just is. Look, I know. Look, just give me a second. I know Superman's weakness is magic. So I know that's the only reason Black Adam's gonna give Superman a run for his money. Okay?
Yeah.
But other than that, on a strength factor, like, I think
he's still Superman. It's Superman's built to win.
Superman gonna punch harder. That's what
Superman is literally designed to win.
Yes.
Like, we can take it into like the animated universe or like the comics where Black Adam literally can trade blows with Superman.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll really take it that way in the cinematic universe, because they significantly nerfed Black Adam in the cinematic universe and Superman in the cinematic universe. I
just think that, like, unfortunately, they haven't had much time to develop Superman's powers or even Black Adam's powers. I mean, like, they gotta start them at least a little nerfed and then kind of grow them as. But like,
Black Adam's powers were inconsistent in this movie too. Sometimes he was insanely fast, and other times he struggled to catch up with like the bikes.
Yeah, but those bikes also were like zero shifting as well at times. They would
like phase through him, right?
They would phase through him, so it showed that they were faster somehow. How? I don't know. Also, when did this movie take place? Because they had like a van from the 60s or 70s, and then they had like futuristic tech. And then also the military technology was just like, regular military vehicles and stuff. See, it's just like...
It takes place after Justice League.
It takes place in the future past. My favorite time. The future
X-Men
past.
Days Future Past.
Yeah, exactly. It's the future. I think that is my new favorite time in any movie. A lot of movies... Have you ever noticed that? A lot of movies do that, where they do like the future past, where they have like things from the...
steampunk.
No, it's not steampunk. It's not steampunk, because steampunk would mean that there's Choo Choo and everybody's steamboat Mickey, but they have like goggles on their head. Look, shut up. I know that's not it, but that's what I'm gonna say. Okay. But yeah, like the future past, like movies love to do that shit. They love to do the future past, and I hate it every time because I'm always watching it. I'm like, when the fuck where is the when is this? When is this? Why are they driving a van from the 70s? Why is there a bike that can fly in zero shift? I don't get it.
I think that van was to like illustrate like how poor the place is, right?
Well, yeah, maybe it's like something like Cuba, where it's like you can go to Cuba and find like cars from the 60s still working.
Yeah. I think it's a similar vibe that they went for.
Kondok's apparently an island near the Middle East. I don't know, cut off from the rest of society. Even though like she's like, I feel like the woman, the mom is blaming the Justice League or superheroes for not caring about but the fact that the Justice Society is just there because Amanda Waller from the military is like, why is she blaming the I feel like she's blaming the US military for not coming and saving her country, where again it's like people have an issue with the US military for being the world police, but that's like a political thing. I don't know. It just seemed like a very kind of strange
disjointed weird characters, man. I don't know them.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, sorry, we spent way too much time talking about that, but that
was the perfect amount of time.
It's fascinating. Yo, August.
I got a shit on that movie.
August. Hey, August. Yeah, hey man, how you doing?
Oh man. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta ask you an important question.
Yep.
Who do you think is gonna win the VMAs this year for best fighting game?
The VMAs?
I'm sorry, the Video Music Awards. Yeah, the MTV Music Video Awards.
The Game Awards or the VMAs?
The Game Awards, August. The Video Game Awards.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, the daytime Emmys are also important. No.
So, yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like, obviously, it's going to be the greatest fighting game of all time, or certainly the greatest fighting game to come out in the last few years, and that's Sifu. I mean,
clearly,
how could it be any other game?
I mean, I can think of multiple times I've been with my friends, my buddies on a Saturday night. We do big Sifu Saturday, where every Saturday we stream Sifu, and we're in the lobbies, 8 people deep, just parrying the shit out of each other.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Sifu-ing the shit out of each other.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Yep.
So for some reason, Sifu is a selection here, but to fully round out the list, we have DNF Duel, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle R, which is a game remade from 2013. We have King of Fighters 15, and then we have Multiverses, which is only a few months old. Slow year for fighting games, guys, which is weird because it really didn't feel like it was that slow. But
that Multiverses is gonna win this. Like, Multiverses is gonna win this.
Look, I do.
It was too popular. It had too much of like this boom to not most likely win this.
Yes, I do know. Look, I do know Multiverses is gonna win this, but should it win this? Let's be real.
No.
Yes.
Multiverses is trash.
No.
The more I played Multiverses, the more I disliked Multiverses.
I enjoy Multiverses.
Disregard your opinion on Multiverses, right? Okay, just for love or hate it, whatever, right? I don't really care for Multiverses either. I think it's a shit ass game, not fun. Okay, August loves it. That's awesome.
Yes.
A lot of people really like that game still, even though the fan base is dying. But
died. It's at like 1,000 players
dying.
Now.
Really?
From 100,000. From 100,000.
Is that 1,000?
Down to like 1,000. Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay, so it's dying. It's dying on Steam anyway. On Steam,
it's just toasted.
So
people share our sentiment backlog. They understand. Game is poop.
Thank you, the people.
Thank you, people.
Hello, Cat.
Okay. So with that, we're disregarding it.
Disregarding.
I don't think that. I don't think Multiverses.
Did you talk about the? Sorry.
Let me finish my sentence really quick. Just,
okay, sorry. Yeah,
I've been on the sentence for like an hour now.
Warcraft.
Multiverses has only been out for like 2 months. It's the game of the year. It hasn't been a year. it should not be on that list for that same reason.
God of War Ragnarok has been out for less than whatever. That's up for, I think, Game of the Year.
Why the hell is JoJo's on there?
I mean, that's in a weird. That's in a remake territory.
It's a remake.
It's actually a remake. See,
it's more of a remaster.
No, it's a remake.
It's not a remake. They didn't remake the game.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah. It's a remake.
I thought they just updated and brought it forward.
No, they just
a remaster.
It's a remake. You look at. Feel free to look it up, but look, I could be wrong, but
I don't give two shits about that game though.
That's perfectly fine. It definitely was DOA. Okay.
Just like DNF Duel.
Let's be real, okay? I know DNF Duel was DNF Duel.
It's been a rough year for fighting games, hasn't it?
It has, which is weird because there was this moment on Twitter where everyone's like, fighting game players are eating good this year and all that shit. And then here we are
next year we'll eat good.
at the Video Game Awards, right? And we only have like 2 actual games that should win. And
Sifu and
you can follow. Everybody's
KOF.
following my logic here. I feel like it's pretty sound, right? So that leaves DNF Duel and KOF 15.
Oh wow.
Okay. I mean, I hear, call me crazy, but I just think that KOF 15 should take this category. It deserves it. It's the OG. It's the legacy game. Okay, it's like saying Street Fighter. If Street Fighter was on this list, it's like Street Fighter shouldn't win. You know, it should win. Fuck you if you don't think it should. KOF 15 is the pick.
Backlog?
What's that?
Why should a game that's matchmaking doesn't work win?
Because it's the only game that's fan base isn't dead on this entire list. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about?
The Steam charts really quick. Wait, I think we need to look at the KOF 15 Steam charts.
Number 1, pull up the Steam charts. That's right, Synthwave. Synthwave gets it. He knows. KOF 15.
Here we go. There we go. There's the Steam charts.
What's that Steam chart at? Chart.
Look at this. Pop that right up there on
what
the
that Steam chart?
Quick ski.
All right, let's see here.
Quick ski.
Here, I'm gonna point this out.
Let's pop that up there.
Oh man, I don't know if my OBS isn't working.
Oh, that sucks.
So I mean, look. Are we saying that right here?
These are the games we're comparing right now. These are the games we're comparing right now. There's your second link.
Yeah. So apparently, DNF Duel has a whopping. Are we going to? So wait, what are we going by? Are we going by the 24-hour peak? Or are we going by the playing 30 minutes ago?
I'd say the 24-hour peak.
Okay,
just,
to be generous.
Okay, it's an absolute scale. It's an absolute scale.
Okay, so it's 43. Yeah. It's 43. Okay, and then we have KOF 15, which is 768. I would say that's pretty good. Okay, now. Okay, so even though we have these numbers here, these are definitely just numbers, okay? Numbers are subjective. They're man-made construct, right? So with that, none of these games have Mai or Shuri, besides KOF. So where are you going with this?
There's multiverses.
Where are you going with this?
I'm saying that this year's fighting games have all been just dead. They're all just fucking dead. They come out
still pretty good.
Multiverses it's clinging on to life.
Yeah.
It only has like 2,000 players now, when it had 150,000, right?
Yeah.
Just on Steam, right? So like, Multiverses is gonna take this. Unfortunately, it doesn't deserve it.
Oh, okay, but
I don't know if KOF deserves it either, or DNF Duel. But what are you gonna do? Give it to fucking Sifu? Give it to JoJo?
Well, first of all, before you continue, Quintessence, okay, you fucking cynical bastard. Why don't you pull up the numbers for Sifu?
Yep, for our other fighting game entry, Sifu. All right,
Yeah,
sure, dude.
it's in the fighting game category.
Wait, why is Sifu not showing up for Steam charts? That was Epic exclusive.
Was it Epic exclusive? Can you pull up? Can you look up Epic?
I don't think Epic has.
Sifu's on Steam now, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Hold on. I think it's only like a temporary exclusive.
Nope. It is not on Steam.
Okay, it's not on Steam.
Nope.
Well, okay, so
all right, bring me the Epic charts, I guess.
Is there an Epic chart?
Charts? Probably not. No, Epic doesn't share that information, I guess. What a shock.
It's fine. It would probably.
But you know what? I bet there's more people playing Sifu than DNF Duel.
That's right, and all of them are just Chewy.
It's just Chewy on multiple.
Our Chewy, our editor, and he's only playing with mods. There you go.
Yeah.
Now you know.
How is JoJo doing? I imagine it's just fucking dead too. Let's see. Oh, it is comparable to KOF.
Really?
It is, yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that it's still alive considering
no rollback.
No roll. No, what are you talking about? It's not. It's at 300. KOF's at 700. Yeah, KOF's almost at 800. What are you talking about, my guy?
I was just looking at the 12 minutes ago.
Well, let me tell you.
Comparable
look, so this isn't entirely a fair comparison too, because these are just Steam. These are just PC, which is probably going to be the lesser end of things too, of the fan bases. But either way, we can all admit that I would say Sifu doesn't deserve to be on here. Multiverses shouldn't be on this list.
Be on here.
JoJo kind of gets discounted, but look, I'm just saying
KOF for DNF Duel,
right?
And I don't think either of them should get it either. I don't know. This it's just flawed. Since we've had like a drought / just like culling of fighting games this year.
Yes.
It almost feels like a pointless category.
Yeah, it really does.
Like a gimme, I guess.
And
WB will just be like, I mean, here's some money, Game Awards. We know you like money. And then
yo, August. Someone put the August sleep timer on.
Yeah, good night, August.
August?
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
Am I still here?
How are you doing?
Welcome back, dude.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. My nap was great.
Hey, who do you think? Who do you think should win the fighting game thing?
The fighting game. Well, I already said Sifu should win, but honestly, like you heard me, like Multiverses is the well-known name. It had the biggest player count. It's probably gonna win. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
He has money. They'll throw money at Game Awards.
Fair enough.
Awards will award.
Yeah.
So just like the Oscars.
Exactly.
It's simple.
So, speaking of,
have money will win. Wait.
What's that? What are you saying?
Did we talk about the actual overall best game nominee though? Like, were you guys at all interested in? Did you guys talk about the overall best game nominee though? Like, were you guys interested in the not the fighting game nominees, but the actual like game of the year game?
We did not.
We didn't.
I suppose we could.
Hold on, let me look at this up really quick because I don't even know who's competing. I'm sure it's gonna be. Look, first of all, it's not even a point of talking about it because it's just gonna be God of War Ragnarok. Come on, let's go.
That's a weird way to say Elden Ring.
Yeah, those are the two top contenders.
Game of the year. Yeah. Okay, so we can take a look at this then.
Well, it shouldn't be Stray. That's not even a game.
I mean, Cat Simulator.
It's a simulator. So we have Plague's Tale Requiem. We all know that not a lot of people have played that. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok. We have Horizon Zero Racing.
West.
Transformed. Stray. Xenoblade Anime 3. So we can just go ahead and get rid of Xenoblade Chronicles. That can just get out of here, right? Because that's anime, and anime is never gonna win. Stray, that's a cat.
Anime, more like Anna shit.
Whoa. Classic Quintessence coming at you.
Stray could win just because cat.
It's true. Honest. Look, if there's one thing we know about the internet is that it loves cats, and
God, they fucking love cats.
So I mean that's up there.
Too, though, so.
Au-gast?
Yes.
Cats?
What cats?
Cats.
Yeah, I like cats. Stray's not gonna win though.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, so not Stray. Okay. Horizon Forbidden West. Nah. Plague Tale Requiem. So it's really gonna come down to, let's face it, it's gonna come down to Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok. Au-gast, what's your take?
I hear God of War Ragnarok is an amazing effing game.
Mm-hmm.
But Elden Ring does so much for the future of what an RPG could be.
Mm-hmm.
It's, shit. That's I don't know. It depends. They're two very different types of games. I think Elden Ring is. I think Elden Ring is going to win just because it's been out longer.
Right.
And then not enough people have, like, the word of mouth campaign on God of War Ragnarok isn't going to be old enough. But
it's pretty loud. Actually, I feel like God of War being newer gives it an edge because currently it's the new hotness.
That's true.
Freshen people's
I'm not
minds.
gonna lie, for some reason I thought that Elden Ring came out last year, and I don't know why, but when there's something about like being a part of content creation, if you want to be pretentious about it, that makes things feel like 3 months ago feels like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? It's because you're always, and I don't mean that to disrespect the game. It's just that when you're always learning about the new things that came out like 3 months ago, that feels like a long time. I don't know if anybody agrees with me on that.
I don't make content, so
there's some ADD problems. I get it.
No, but I mean, you're making it right now. I hope you do. Did you know that? Did you know that when you're streaming a game, did you know you're also making content? I know you don't want to say that because it
implies something that isn't true.
I get shit on by people, but it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, it feels like an older game for some reason, but that's just a little like anecdote for me. But yeah, it feels like a long time ago. It feels like last year. But yeah, what do you think about? So you're saying Elden Ring?
I think Elden Ring, yeah. So God of War is really good.
Yep.
However, I just prefer more game with my game. God of War has so many like quick times and cinematic fights and all that kind of stuff. I feel it really distracts from the purpose of playing a game, which is to actually play the game. God of War almost feels more like a movie that you have like some interaction with,
like a video,
an actual game.
No.
So that's why I say Elden Ring. Because you're always playing Elden Ring. There's none of that shit.
Yeah, but I usually think like in first place is the most AAA game should win Game of the Year. Fair. And Halo.
But Elden Ring has stepped up. FromSoft is basically a AAA studio now.
They are a AAA. They're like a I don't know, like a
2.5A.
Yeah. No, it feels like they're like there's like a peanut and nougat, right? Of a Kusoge peanut nougat center, and then over that is like a AAA chocolate coating. You know what I'm saying?
Are you shitting on Elden Ring right now?
I'm saying that From Software makes jank ass games.
You bastard.
And we all know it.
You're wrong.
I mean, look at Au-gast.
Look at me. Look at me.
You can't look at him. His cam's not on.
Look at Au-gast though. No, it's fine. Yo, bro. Who do you vote for, Au-gast? Joe Biden? Au-gast?
Wow, a Trump supporter? Gross, Au-gast.
Yeah, weird, dude.
No, you know that's not me.
Well, anyway, so what do you think, Elden Ring or anyway,
Stray.
Elden hey,
Stray had the same problem as God of War. It's more of a cinematic thing than an actual game.
speaking of gross things,
Oh shit.
have you guys seen the reveal of the 1000th Pokemon?
Coin Boy? Yeah.
So here
Hopping
he
straight out of your
is.
Capri Sun, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's about to damn, what remember Cinnamon? Was it Applejacks that had Cinnamon? He's the Jamaican mascot of a cereal. That's what this dude looks like. This dude,
he's very gone.
Yeah, he's very, very gone. But Cinnamon is no longer the Winamon. No, he's gone, dude. So what is it? Golden Go? Golden Go. This mofo, I don't know, dude. He looks like he's straight out of your cereal box.
I actually like him. I like his design.
You like this design?
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
That I think it's kind of great.
Dude,
it's literally just a bunch of coins stacked on each other.
Is that what this is supposed to be?
Yeah.
This is literally the worst design of a Pokemon I've ever seen.
No, you literally make it out of like coins.
August, what do you think?
Yes. You know what? I think you guys have some good opinions.
What do you think? What do you think of the 1000th Pokemon?
We do have good opinions.
Give me some adjectives.
Yep. Sensual.
Yep.
Experience for the body.
You know what?
Okay.
A wise man once said, "Anything's a dildo if you try hard enough."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Scary but true.
It's true. Yeah.
I disagree with said wise man.
Sexual spelunking.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's cool. Its previous form looks better.
Wait, what's the previous form?
Gimmighoul.
Gimmighoul? Is it not shown here?
It doesn't show it. Probably.
He's literally snowboarding on this thing. This is amazing.
This Pokemon's great.
Well, let me see if I can look up Gimmighoul.
It's a coin snowboard. Scroll up, and I think there was like a blue clicky thing for Gimmighoul.
Here it is, right here. Is this it?
Close enough.
Yeah. So Gimmighoul is a little coin boy. That looks like an Electabuzz. He
collects coins.
You know what? This is kind of cool. I just man, that 1000 Pokemon though.
And then he builds a coin body for himself to evolve.
Bro, he's like Tony Stark.
He's dope. Kind of, yeah. He's dope.
Tony Stark.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, Gimmighoul built that armored body with a box of scraps in a cave.
With 1,000 coins you brought him.
Amazing. Yeah, I love. You know what? I kind of dig it. Even if I think that this dude would probably sell me weed at a 7-Eleven.
Damn.
I'm down.
Hey, little man, put that shit
in my hand. So yeah. Wow, he looks amazing. I'm digging it, man. I hope the Pokemon keeps killing it with the designs here, you know. Not going downhill at all. Game, you know, the newest game I hear is a straight banger. Nothing wrong with it.
No bugs.
No bugs whatsoever.
60 FPS
60
constant.
FPS
I couldn't even believe it.
On the Switch.
Insane. On the Switch.
Nothing wrong with that hardware whatsoever.
It made Xenoblade Chronicles 3 look like a fucking crayon drawing.
It did, bro.
It was amazing. Oh,
Yep.
fuck, dude.
Game Freak, the $1 million studio that it is killing it again. Really makes me wonder why it's not here with Game of the Year.
All I can say is thank you, Game Freak.
Thank you.
You're just always thinking about the customer, and I don't know how you do it.
Topping themselves every year.
Every year.
Speaking of topping themselves, did you happen to see that good old Yuji Naka
topped off his bank account?
Yeah, he definitely topped off that bank account with he made some straight chili dog money here, going straight into his pocket.
Yum.
Gonna make Sonic 4.3. So Dude Man has been arrested. I guess.
Yep.
And if you guys don't know, Yuji Naka is the creator of Sonic, the Sonic designer, I guess. He might have created Sonic. He had a heavy hand in creating the original Sonic games for the Sega Genesis. Created Balan in Wonderworld. You know, it really seems like it sent him down a spiral, which I mean makes sense if you played that game. You know,
that game needed a little more time in the oven.
Or danced himself into a spiral. I don't know. I think he also made like Nights into Dreams and stuff. But yeah, it says here that he wound up. Oh my god, why am I blanking on? Oh, insider trading.
Yeah. So he knew about an announcement that was coming up for a new Dragon Quest game, and right before that announcement hit, he bought up a bunch of Aiming, which is the studio that makes Dragon Quest, bought up a bunch of their stock.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, wow, that's crazy. It just went up a bunch right after the announcement. Wow.
Crazy.
I didn't know this announcement was coming. Crazy. But yeah, so they saw through that tomfoolery and immediately arrested him.
Who knew?
He's not having a good time.
No. All he wanted was chili dog money.
Yeah. That's really about it. That's all we actually know right now is he was arrested for supposed insider trading.
I mean, yeah, I guess he's allegedly.
It seems pretty like open and shut though.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. Like right before the shit was announced, he was
August.
A bunch of stock.
August.
Yeah.
Snoring.
Yo, how you doing, man?
It's not even worth waking him up.
Dude, it's hardcore struggle bus right now, bro.
What are your thoughts on the state of Sonic today?
Honestly, have you seen some of the mod shit they've been doing? That game looks in the speedrun shit they've been doing. Honestly, that game looks sick as fuck.
We've been talking about it this whole time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been not awake this whole time. So in my head, I was like, yeah, they should talk about that.
Wait, you missed our whole review on Sonic Frontiers?
Dude, we actually we were talking about it this whole time. It was kind of crazy.
Oh. Yeah, no, we went into it right after Black Adam.
Dude, did you know that they actually put they put in
that's cap.
They put in Hyper Knuckles?
Damn, is he sexier than regular Knuckles?
I mean, have you seen Hyper Knuckles?
I haven't, no.
Ah, shit. Well, you gotta like unlock him through through the options menu. It's a real like secret code.
Why is it that like my brain comes up with the fact that like if Knuckles were real, he'd have some like piercings in weird places. Because like he just
what kind of weird places?
I'm not gonna say which weird places. I'm just gonna say there would be.
Did you know you had two dicks to pierce?
Why?
He got them echidna dicks.
Yeah, he had to go there. The double dongles.
Dual wielding.
Omelette. Dude, fromage. So yeah.
Akimbo.
Yo, did you August?
Sad week.
You want to put a little cap on the Yuji Naka going to jail or getting arrested for
double glizzy.
Yeah.
No, was it like this wasn't even the only story in the news like that. Another guy went to the Japanese FCC hit up too. I thought I posted there was another guy from a different game. Like, oh yeah, the guy, one of the creators of Dragon Quest. They hit him up
they
too.
literally just that was in the article as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But yeah, no, man.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, the people yeah. So I didn't exactly read this article. All I knew is that the Japanese criminal justice system was coming for you, and when they come for you, like they tend not to miss. They have what, like a 90% conviction rate, because they basically wait till the case is already built before they try to go and get them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they must have. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like people serve like absurd amounts of time in jail for like even just having possession of marijuana in Japan. It's like they've very, very strict laws there. Like you can go to jail for like 3 years. Yeah, but I mean, but anyway, I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me.
I mean, you used to be able to go to jail for like 8 years for possession. So,
I mean, wouldn't it depend on the amount as well? But
yeah, but the amounts were ridiculous.
Speaking of big sad August, I want you here. You think you can hold on for like a little while longer, August?
Hang in there.
All right, because I want to. Speaking of sad, I wanted to talk about JDF.
We mentioned the Conroy, right? That was the previous podcast.
No,
we didn't have a previous podcast.
Oh shit! So it's been big. It's been big L's for '90s kids lately.
It has, yeah. The Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver, aka Jason David Frank, died by suicide at 49. Unfortunately, just a few days ago. At first, I remember seeing stuff about it, but I thought it was all just like rumors again. I thought it was fake because a lot of times on Twitter, like people die all the time, and it just turns out to be kind of like a whole myth. But yeah, August, and I figured like it'd be a good moment to kind of, go over like some of our like earliest memories of like Power Rangers, or like growing up with the show or something like that, or something you guys want to talk about. I don't know what how you felt when you heard that he died, or August, you want to go first?
Sure, to keep me awake.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hold it down.
Yeah. So, I mean, legit, I just remember that again. It was the first season, not the first season. Mighty Morphin has such an interesting narrative because again, you get the character that starts off evil, gets good, is way better than most of the Power Rangers by himself.
Gets good.
But still finds a reason to become part of the team. And like honestly, they do it in a really heartfelt manner. Like it was just for a Sentai show, you don't expect actual quality writing of all of those different like situations, and Mighty Morphin absolutely delivered on that. Really just like excellent character. Jason David Frank brought so much charisma to that role. It's why he's many people's favorite Ranger, just in general. Why he's come back many a time. And yeah, I mean, absolute legend. I remember seeing so many threads about like, people were like, just like, I got into martial arts because of him, or like, my favorite color was green because of him. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's you don't expect it, but like these are the impacts that like media, especially beloved media, can have when you're that age. It's like lifelong things that you love because you discovered it early, and bringing so many people into this kind of modern interesting world of hero culture, superhero culture, or martial arts culture. All time legend for that. Just all time legend, just for being just, again,
absolute unit. Yeah,
absolute unit. I don't know what to say. Like just it's very very cool. Very very sad. Obviously, you know what I mean. Like I think then again, this country, not enough people get the help they need when they need it, and bad things happen. I don't know what his situation is, but
right.
Absolutely, absolutely sad to lose a legend like him like this. I have so many friends that have like even got pictures with him or met him at some point and said he was an awesome dude. So just tragic, just tragic.
Did you ever like growing up? Did you ever watch Power Rangers on TV? Did you watch Mighty Morphin, or did you watch it later on in life? Or
Oh no, I absolutely watched it when it was coming out. I still have like trading cards from back in the day. But yeah, no, I watched it on TV back in the 90s, back in
back
the
in the
OG days,
day,
back when it was airing.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, that first that scene from the first movie when he jumps out of the fucking plane in the skyboard, fucking legendary, bro. What a crazy way to open a movie. Like
It's always got to be
Fast,
different, you know.
it's like Fast and the Furious shit before Fast and the Furious shit. Insane.
Family.
Yep.
Really, what it's all about.
I mean, the Power Rangers were family, so yeah.
They were.
Cool.
Yo, Quint.
Yo.
What do you have any memories you want to share of JDF here?
I don't know. Like, he was basically like a huge part of my childhood growing up.
Yeah.
And so it felt really weird reading that headline because he was one of the few like Ranger actors that didn't immediately distance himself from like the fan base. He would always be at like every signing. He would be at like every convention. He was just like a huge, like integral part of the entire fandom. And that was always really amazing to see. So it's awful. Like I was legitimately sad when I heard. Which usually like these celebrity deaths and stuff like that it's just like, oh yeah, I mean that sucks. But when somebody is actually so involved with the fan base, it just hits different.
I mean,
absolutely.
It was like losing someone you've known forever.
Yep. Yeah. I've heard people like say the same thing like about like Robin Williams when he died.
Yeah, that was another one that actually fazed me. I was like, what? Oh.
Yeah. And so like when you mention it, like the whole not shying away from the fan base, it's like it's interesting because, you know, I think a lot of the people that were originally part of that show kind of got burned pretty hard by the people that worked. They got screwed over by the people that, you know, were a part of Power Rangers. And it was only the people that kind of embraced it and sort of, you know, were like, yeah, this, you know, may not be the best situation, but, you know, I'm going to make the best of it, that, you know, moved on and had like a decent career afterwards. You know, Johnny Young Bosch being another one of them, who, you know, immensely successful voice actor. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's definitely interesting. I don't think that there would be a fan base if it wasn't for him, you know, embracing like I don't think it'd be much smaller, you know, in the States anyway. If, you know, he didn't embrace like, oh, this is my thing, this is my moment to kind of shine and you know, carry the torch, which, you know, he did for a long time. Sure.
He was supposed to be only a temporary character, but fans loved him so much that they actually like brought him on back as a full-time character and then kept bringing him back.
Yep. Yeah, I watched I've, as a side note here, I've been actually watching through Mighty Morphin again after, you know, because I was like, you know what, let me watch this again, see what it was about, and try to remember. And then I also watched some interviews with him, and he said, you know, when he was let go with the Green Ranger, when they ran out of footage, essentially, they, you know, he said he was going to be gone, you know, from the show, and I guess like kids were depressed and they weren't eating and stuff, and like he was immensely popular. He had like the Optimus Prime effect from the Transformers movie, kid won't leave his room for a week. And so they brought him back as the White Ranger. And you know, was probably even more popular at that point.
He was supposed to be gone even before that, though.
Oh yeah.
Just his popularity kept him around way longer than he was supposed to be around for.
It's
because as soon as Zyuranger footage ran out, because the Dragon Ranger in Zyuranger, he dies.
Yeah, well,
that's
I
why
mean,
there was no more footage. He straight up dies. He is murked.
I actually kind of want to watch Zyuranger at some point because I've never seen it, but
it's pretty good.
Also, I love there's a part where like the Green Ranger in Mighty Morphin straight up does like a Hadoken, and like he never does it again in the entire show.
Like the energy ball blast.
Yeah, he like shoots an energy ball blast like out of his hands, like straight up Hadoken style, and he never does it again. And it's just kind of like
only while evil,
I guess. Yeah. Even though I don't think he's evil in the show, he's just like morally differed for some reason.
In Zyuranger?
Actually, yeah, isn't he like trying to train the actual Rangers or something like that as like an elder?
He's evil.
Straight up evil.
He's evil.
Is he evil throughout the entire show, or?
No. He has like his redemption right before he dies.
Yeah.
And then he passes on his shield
to the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty dope, but yeah, man, I think
which also brought us some of the funny stuff where like they had to use the super fake cheap looking shield on the Red Ranger outfit sometimes.
Yeah.
Because of that incident. So like sometimes you'll see like the Red Ranger with the really nice like proper Green Ranger thing.
Yes.
And then other times it'll be like the super
rubber,
cheap crappy one.
I also love how like in the show there's this weird plot hole where essentially they're like only because Tommy becomes evil because Rita puts a spell on him and then also gives him an evil sword, which is like making him evil also.
That's another carryover from Zyuranger.
Yeah.
They just didn't know. He always has that sword, like in the Zyuranger footage. So I guess they just didn't have any idea what to do with it.
And then it's like, oh, the sword must be what's keeping him evil. And then it's like only Zordon knows what to do to like break the spell. And then there's like, and then later on, like it's like, okay, so you're waiting for Zordon to get back to be able to like break the spell of Tommy, right? And then Zordon doesn't come back. And then it just takes the Red Ranger to show up and then use his blaster to shoot the sword and dagger and then just destroys the evil sword. And then he's like Tommy again. It really doesn't, it's sort of really ambiguous to how the spell gets broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a kid's show.
They were having a rough time writing around that Zyuranger stuff.
Yeah, and it's actually, I literally just hit the point where they ran out of footage where the way Tommy loses his power, it's kind of funny because when you watch the shows back to back, you're like, oh, they don't have any Green Ranger footage for this episode. Because it's like, I gotta help the kids learn martial arts today. And it's like, okay. And it's like immediately after the Green Ranger shows up, does he start to be like, he starts taking a back seat every episode. He's like, oh, I gotta go help, I gotta go do the thing.
Yeah.
I can't, you guys carry on without me.
And sometimes they can like recycle some of the older like Green Ranger footage from Zyuranger and like, oh yeah, he's fighting now.
Yeah. And so like his stuff too is like him training in a park, and then putties will show up, and his is always like new footage that they made for him.
Yeah.
It's never like,
So it has the stupid sheep.
Yeah.
Shield.
Also, what was weird
That's
is
my favorite part. The difference of quality between the shields.
Yep. The weird part too about that is you speak about the quality is in later seasons when they bring back the Green Ranger, he has a different helmet they just decided to add like design elements to it that aren't on the
Yeah.
original, which is strange. Like they add like a gold like horn or something like that, which was never in the original when you look at it. Um, but yeah, man. Did you? I mean, I know for me, it was a huge part of my childhood as well. Like growing up, I think I was about like 5 or 6. I remember watching the show and going outside with my sister or something and like doing karate outside.
Oh yeah, of
Um,
course.
and
It's a given.
um, the I remember
Having mock battles.
I don't know if I think I was like at the age where it was just hitting syndication between season 1 and 2, and so I was watching it like day to day, like after school. I don't know if like the new episode was always on Saturdays like back then, but yeah, it was a huge
Well, it
part of
hit the
my.
point where it was like cycling, right? Like it hit its syndication plus. Like it would do its run of all
Mhm.
the available episodes, and then oh, this season hasn't come out yet.
Dude,
Back to the day of the dumpster.
season 1 is 60 episodes.
Yeah, it's very long.
60 episodes for season 1, and then season 2 I
Yep.
think is like not much more, but they really do exhaust that footage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
Well, then once you get the White Ranger, the
this
Rangers are always separated from there on.
they're even
much.
kind of like separated after the whole Evil Green Ranger part too.
Yeah.
Um,
But it becomes like really apparent with the White Ranger because they use Die Ranger footage to have the White Ranger be a thing,
yeah,
exist,
yeah.
and there's no footage really of Ranger interacting with White Ranger. They had to order more footage from Japan.
Yeah, there's actually like a few recap episodes where I'm like, oh, they must not have new footage yet. So they gotta, there's like an episode where they go to an island of illusion and like they start to disappear. But yeah. So yeah, I think for me it was like a huge part of my childhood and gave me a huge interest in
Very
martial
cool.
arts and stuff. Also, I just want to say that the original show has really good choreography for a for a kids TV show with martial arts, like uh like to an impressive degree, to where it's like, oh, no wonder why I would watch TV like martial arts or action shows afterwards, and it just wasn't,
Yeah.
it's kind of impressive what they were able to do with the choreography in that show.
Well, it helped that freaking JDF was literally like a black belt. So
Yeah, I mean, I know like Austin St. John is too. I mean, I don't know if he was to the
yeah,
caliber that JDF was, but
I don't think he was.
but he was pretty comparable. He was close.
Yeah, it
At least.
definitely helped like the, I guess, realism of the show to have both of them actually trained in martial arts, so they could like, I imagine they had like some kind of input. Like the director would probably be like, "Hey, so like I want you to do like a cool kick."
Well, I think like after a certain point, JDF actually became a part of the stunt team of the show. So I think that's
Oh,
why he like did a lot like choreography in there as well.
I can see it.
But yeah, man, I'm really, he'll be sorely missed, and following his
Well,
career throughout the years, it was man, it's kind of heartbreaking to see a guy who's that charismatic,
apparently his last appearance was in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. He
Well,
appeared with a thing called a Master Morpher.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think I sent that to you, but or I sent you a clip that you probably already seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should probably wrap this.
That's kind of neat.
What do you think? We talk a little bit about Kevin Conroy, and then
Oh sure.
I mean,
Might as well just go down the childhood sadness
yeah.
rabbit hole.
And then unfortunately, guys, we also lost Kevin Conroy this week, who
Yes.
is my Batman.
He is Batman.
He's Batman. Let's face it.
He's
Like,
Batman.
he's the definitive Batman. There's no other Batman. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people will say
there's another Batman, but it's Kevin Conroy.
It's Kevin Conroy. Like, consistently throughout the years, like, pound for pound.
Have one Batman left.
Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Isn't?
Well,
no. There's other Batmans left.
There's what was his name?
Michael Keaton?
No, I mean like for Batman's voice.
Oh.
Frick, I forgot what his name is. Oh, this is a bad showing.
Batman Beyond?
No. I mean, he's still around too, but I mean like we've lost Adam West, Kevin Conroy, who are like the two Batmans, right? Basically.
It depends on who you ask. A lot of people, it'll be like whichever movie they saw or they fancy the most.
That's fair.
If you ask probably most millennials, they'll probably say like Christian Bale, or Gen Z. But for me, it's Robert Pattinson. Not really, but but yeah, I don't know.
It's another one of the sad things. Like I've loved Kevin Conroy as Batman forever. Like he's just always done a magnificent job. Anytime I think Batman, I think Kevin Conroy. And
Same.
like if it doesn't have Kevin Conroy as Batman, I'm like, I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Yeah,
it might be okay.
Anytime,
but if it has Kevin Conroy attached, I'm like, all right, this is probably gonna be good.
This is Batman.
Yeah, this is Batman.
Yeah, for sure, big same. It always felt like, he was Batman to me. If I read Batman, it's like it's Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's and then the Batman the animated series, and then Batman, and then Justice League, and then Batman Beyond. All of these are amazing pieces of artwork.
Animated things like freaking Mask of the Phantasm.
Yep.
And then the various other animated movies like the Justice League movies and stuff like that. Like he's just Batman. I don't know what we're gonna do now.
I mean, I think they've been trying out a few other people throughout the years to replace him, and because I don't think he really wants to.
None of them have been like Batman. Yeah, Batman.
Yeah. Yo, August, you
that caliber.
You still awake? Still with us?
I'm like 50% awake. That's about it.
What do you think of Kevin Conroy?
Dude, he was a legend. That's it. I mean, I'm watching all the stuff about him and how he made
Seven the whole time.
How he made the character.
All right.
It's sad, but he was a legend, genre defining character.
Here you go, Chewie. I changed it.
Just in time.
Johnny, yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, man. Definitely gonna be depressed, sad. A lot of hard L's we took this week. These us 90 kids
are not eating well.
No, dude.
Nah,
now they're fighting game fans. Yeah.
No, fighting game fans are eating well, just in the future, right? Like we've seen Tekken 8, we've seen Street Fighter 6. Those both look absolutely amazing. Like just because this year hasn't been like super great, other games have gotten more support. Like Street Fighter got more support.
Yep.
Tekken even got more support.
That's true.
Fighting games aren't dead.
That's true.
We're still eating well. We're eating well.
All right, guys. With that,
just not for new stuff.
I think we should probably close out so we can let August get some sleep.
Closing.
Quintessence, where can people find you?
Well, I stream over at twitch.tv/quintessencehd. I've been posting a little bit more over on Twitter, also quintessencehd, and on this podcast, of course. So,
Yo, August.
Where can you find me when I'm not napping?
Where can people find you when you're not napping?
When I'm not napping, people can find me right here on the Backlog podcast.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, Matt's Discord, come check me out. You can play some multiverses. Yeah, have a good time.
All right, guys.
You don't play games.
You can find the Backlog we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on anywhere you can find podcasts. We are on, everything and your toaster.
Soon to be your fridge.
And with that, guys, this has been the Backlog Podcast number 38. And remember,
sleep is important.
Stop. Get it. And just do it. Do it.
And may the power protect you.
Do it. Yeah.
And family.
Don't forget family. Especially family.